Is your upper body warm-up routine getting a little stale? Well, today I'm going to show you one of my favorite ways to prime the shoulders for either a workout or just if you have shoulder problems in general. This is a good way to connect our shoulder stability with our core stability through specific developmental positions. I can get into the weeds if you let me, but let's just get right to the movement. So you could do this with just body weights, but if you have a light kettlebell lying around, this will take it to the next level. So first thing we're gonna do, lie on our back here, and we're gonna come up into a 3-month supine position, or most people know it as like a dead bug position. So bringing legs up, kettlebell out in front. What I'm gonna do is slowly start to reach that kettlebell overhead until I feel like I'm going to start arching from the low back and then bring it right back up. Just after one rep, I can tell I'm shaking here. Just bringing it overhead, just going as far as I can control it. As I start to rep this out for a good 5 to 10, I can start going further and further with each rep. And this really helps train our overhead shoulder stability with our core stability at the same time. And I'm all about efficiency. This is one of my favorite core and shoulder primer movements. Next, we're going to isolate one side. So I'm going to start on my right side here. I'm coming right back up into that 3-month supine position. And from here, I just like to do some simple presses. So doing a chest press from this position, you really have to stabilize your core because you're going to want to do a lot of shaking from side to side. And we're starting to warm up both the shoulders and the chest. Again, this is more for an upper body warm up. Just repping out a good 5 to 10 reps. Of course, switch sides, nice slow controlled movement. I'm trying to just act like my body is cement right now and I'm only moving from the shoulder. This is more challenging than it looks, okay? So after a good 5 to 10, sheesh, I already needed a quick breather. We're gonna go right back to that right side, and now we're just gonna do some 3-month supine kind of rolling pattern to really get that shoulder to warm up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll like I'm a barrel and punch that bell up towards the ceiling, and then just slowly control that rotation on the way back down. Again, speed is not what we're looking for here. Roll, punch up, sheesh, and I can feel this just working everything at the same time, and then slowly roll back down. I only do about 5 of these. Oof, it is way harder than it looks, and if you can go for 10, go for 10, but I'm going to chicken out here. Whew. And then I'm going to go right to my left side, obviously. So from this side, you'll see I try to roll as a barrel while dissociating that left shoulder and arm from the movement. And that helps me train both my shoulder stability and core stability at the same time. My kettlebells are running in. I'm running into my kettlebells with my feet. The more wide open of an area, the better for this. Nice. Again, doing about 5 to 10 on that side. Now we're going to give the left a break. We're going to go right back to the right. Same position. And you'd be surprised at how efficient this position is, especially for a movement primer. And again, I'm going to start to roll, but this time I'm going to come up into what we call a low oblique sit position. So I'm going to roll, punch that bell up, drive this arm into the ground. That was a very bad transition there. And then now I'm in like a low oblique sit position. And then I'm just going to go right up into a high oblique so we can really start loading that shoulder joint. And then the most challenging thing is actually controlling that movement back to the start position. So I'm going to go full speed this time. So I'm going to punch up, roll, or a low oblique, high oblique, bring it back down, slow, controlled, trying to keep good neutral spine position the whole time during this lift. Again, this is a super humbling movement. If this is challenging, again, just go to your ability, and there's no way I can do a full 10 of this on each side. Whew. I'm sweating, but I'm also primed for my workout coming up. And then, of course, switch sides. 3-month supine, press that weight overhead. Slow roll. I'll go slow on this side so you can see the movement. Really trying to punch up, and then I'm trying to drive this leg and this arm into the ground to help prop myself up, and then into that high oblique. And then go down to low oblique, control down to 3-month supine. You can tell my heart rate's up right now. So I'll go full speed. I'm going to roll, drive, up. That I went a little bit quicker to transition to that high oblique. The slower you go, the harder it'll be. You can use momentum at first until you get used to the movement, but then you really want to try to isolate it as much as possible. Last one, drive up, bah, and then slow, controlled on the way back down. Holy crap. Oh, that's a great movement primer for both the shoulders and the core. And I like calling them primers because they're going to prime you for whatever activity you're going to do. Specifically, I'm going to train some kettlebells here in a minute, and I'm going to be doing a lot of overhead movements. So that's why I like to connect both the core and the shoulder with a movement flow like this. But this is a more advanced movement flow, so don't be discouraged if some of these movements are challenging. Just give them a try. They're not super common, but man, are they effective, and I'm all about minimum effective dose. So if you want to get primed for your workouts, give this flow a try. And if you like this kind of content, well, how do I know to keep making more of it? You liking the video, but also subscribing, and then let me know in the comments, well, if you like it, but also if you want to see more movement flows, or if you want to see me do something like a hip-specific movement flow using a lot of DNS or developmental positions.